Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and or good night, depending on where you are in the world today. Welcome back to Friday evening's entertainment. It is, of course, our hardcore Out of the Abyss campaign, episode 28. We are ready to roll. Apologies for the slightly late start. We had to do some admin housekeeping stuff off screen. The late start, but we're all good, caught up, and we are ready to launch into things. So without further ado, I'm going to unmute everyone and get cracking. Oh,
You said you were.
Hello.
nothing.
You can do something else. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Let me mute myself.
Again, apologies for the late start. We had to do some housekeeping. We're all done. Everyone leveled up. Everyone's bought some shinies. So before I do the recap, let's go through quickly what everyone picked up in Gauntlgrim. What new shinies do you have?
Oh, I see
Ring
what
of
happened.
protection.
Yep, I got a new shield
Yep.
+1
You also
and
have
strength, hill giant strength. So now my strength is 21. from
Lyritha
60.
also got a belt of Hill Giant Strength and also bracers of defense.
Lavender got a cloak of arachnida and bracers of archery.
I got a fancy dancy little vial, Bloodwell vial +2.
Okay.
That messed up my sheet somehow
Oh no!
and gave me it gave me a spell save DC of 20 and attack bonus of 14.
Dang.
Yeah, no, I fixed it.
Okay, I was gonna be like, wait a minute. But if that was the case,
So-
the prices I quoted were very wrong.
So
Very
what
wrong.
happened is that there was 2 instances of the item on there, and because it added all the bonuses again.
Yeah, doubled up. Okay.
Or whatever the third tier is.
Yeah. I understand. Did alright out of that. And once again, I'm assuming you're broke.
Very. Yep.
We only live once.
Oh, you're muted, Sass.
How
We
many
need-
potions do we buy? Oh,
I was
three?
gonna say we still need money for like stuff,
What stuff? We're going
Like-
back to the Underdark, right?
rations,
No,
and
your,
if we're
pompous-
going anywhere.
your
All of the
pompous
rations
noble
and
guy was
supplies
like,
going down there is.
You'll get supplies.
Oh, we got
Yeah,
1600
but if
left.
we
We're good.
stop by anywhere in the
What are we
Underdark
doing?
and we have to pay to
2K
stay
for the
anywhere,
potions or
like
25?
Which potions?
Superior. 2 or 25?
Eight D4 plus 8 ones, right?
Hmm.
Superior healing 500.
What?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's a big jump up from greater to superior.
Your regular healing potions are 50. Greater healing is 100. Your superior healing 500. Extreme healing is
Ah.
1350.
It's
You
definitely
get
not
one
the-
supreme healing potion.
No, see, we have like 8 grand left or something. We assumed the potions were between 2 and 2500. That's the sheet. That's the numbers I normally use for the superior.
Oh, okay.
So I don't remember what we had before that, but we're like
We had
7.
7,640.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we could just buy a ton of supreme ones, I
But
guess.
you could get like a handful of. Like, they will only have. You know what? They'll have a D4 plus 2 of those available.
Who wants to roll?
Yeah, they'll have it. It's like the top shelf, but there's one up there.
Now, the only reason you got access to all of this stuff is not only is Gauntlgrim like a big city, like a big. Okay, he has
Boars!
6. Fucking balls. So
6
this is
times
Brunor's
5.
like personal stash that you being given access to. You're still gonna have to pay for it, but he has some access to the choice item.
His advisor is like, are we really letting them take
Yeah.
stuff out of the treasury?
Pretty much, yep.
46.40 left.
Still
Cool.
a decent amount. Like,
Yep, we'll save it.
We'll divide
If
it
we
by
survive.
5.
Yeah, if we survive, we can spend it however we see fit.
But then yeah,
So
you
928 gold each.
are quite high level.
928. All right. Yeah.
728, you said?
928.
928.
Ching.
Okay, with that all sorted, we can do a quick recap. Hello, Rock. Hello, Mr. West. Welcome to the chat. Apologies for that, but as you can see, leveling up, big city, money to spend. It was burning a hole in many bags of holding.
And as we do, we don't do shopping offline. We
No,
do it
there
like, oh
was-
shit, right before stream.
It was right. We need to make sure we do this before next session. Shit, we didn't do this before next session. It's pretty much how that went.
I even wrote 2 days ago, hey guys, we gotta do this.
Yeah. And we were all like, yeah, that's a good idea. And then we forgot.
It be. And I say sometimes, I mean every.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's maybe only been one session in a different game that I've done the shopping that we agreed before the session. Right, so guys, at the start of last session, you were pretty much in your diplomacy era. You guys were told, or given the option, air quotes, to head back down into the Underdark, but you were supposed to be garnering the support of the various factions being gathered at Gauntlegrim, and by Battlehammer and his summons, and kind of basically get them on board, get them to help you out, and you would then be the ones to lead the fight back down to the deal with the Demon Lord that running rampant. And no big task. Fine. The various factions involved were the Harpers, the Order of the Gauntlet, the Emerald Enclave, the Lord's Alliance, and the Zentarum. You kind of had a chat to begin with to figure out what your attack plans were in terms of tackling individuals. Valis was like, why don't we blackmail the Druids using Stool and the Plight of the Myconids? So not really blackmail, but confirming
Emotional manipulation.
Yeah, definitely some manipulation involved. And when you shared the plan, Lavender was like, hey, I kind of like that idea. Can I help with that? Because, yeah, that's kind of their thing too.
I kind of want to point out that Hell Yeah nearly
Was in a mood.
fucked it up for us. He's like, this
Great.
bitch. And she was like, you say what?
Excuse me?
You did. You did have a quick chat with Bruno Battlehammer before he was like, bye guys, I'm off to do some kingly shit. This is your problem now. Essentially, he was like, yep, I brought you all here. You've given a platform. It's up to you guys to go deal with it now. So he did give you some pointers. Bors and Hell, you went off to talk to Ravian of the Lord's Alliance. He half elf or an elven noble individual, and he definitely was much more interested in the stories, the tales, but wasn't really convinced that there was a threat going on. You managed to twist his arm, and Ellie was like, I feel like was almost dead set that she was going to be banging this guy like by the end of the night. Like, I just distinctly remember her going, I'll do it if I have to. I really will.
There's still time.
Yep, and then happened. And he was just interested in the story but you managed to get him to offer up some warriors and some spies, called in some favors, and he essentially supply you with the supplies, rations, and need. But he did also say that they came with a condition. And that condition being try to find a spy in deep undercover by the name of Kalissa, and I believe he gave you a ring. Essentially, Valis, Lavender, and
Yep.
Ritha then met up with what's his name? Elrond? Check that.
I hope so, because that was repeated a lot.
Delrawn. So,
Okay.
right, very close.
Sorry, language barrier.
Yeah. I was like,
Zelrond, like Lord of the
I was
Rings,
like, when
Elrond,
did
like
Elrond
that.
from Wish get involved in this? Hello.
Okay, yep, got you. I got you. Yep.
Zel what?
There you go.
Okay.
Delrawn. He his price for help was like, yeah, just beat me at chess. And I have to point out, I rolled disgustingly bad in that entire thing. This guy had a +9, and I think I didn't roll double digits once. But Lyritha did, however, rolling incredibly well. Even though you did at one point cheat a little bit as well. I can't
Even
remember what
so,
you
I
did.
was still
Say,
one.
like,
But you
The
definitely-
smartest barbarian alive.
like even with our help, she didn't need help.
Yeah,
Like,
you didn't need it, but you ended up doing a little wager, and made a bit of coin out of it. Offered your basilisk egg as collateral. Didn't have the coin, but suddenly today, hello, we've now got how much? Okay, so yeah, and at the end of the day, you ended up with a chunk of change. He also bought the remaining eggs. Kind of retconned that a little bit, and you also acquired from him an amulet, which essentially allowed you to summon a shield guardian, which found out that Google was quite
Hella fucking powerful.
So, and also the benefit of that isn't just that the thing's powerful, but it's also that you don't need to eat it, you don't sleep, and it's on your amulet until you summon it, so it's get past. You then met up again. Valis, Lavender, and Helia headed on over to the Emerald Enclave. You're like, right, time to druids, and still with you. And instantly, I don't know what it was, but Helia was just like, fuck this bitch in particular. Just had an attitude, and guys were able to smooth it over. Again, he was like, look, I know what's happening. I'm preparing my guys already. We were going to go down without you guys, but seeing as you're going, and you're selling it to me so well, I'll let you have them. And she also gave you all riding lizards, essentially. Now, I didn't tell you this before, but they do also have a climbing as a walk, so that will be quite useful in Underdark. But she did mention that one of her scouts was missing, and part of her training that she team search for them. Lyritha and Helia then went off to see Lanova, who swapped your brow axe for a warhammer, and so it was like, yeah, just point us in the direction. Here's a group of warriors. Lavender on her own went over to Devra, who was Arim, and that one was much simpler. It was less of a, you need to convince me to do this thing, and more of a, you need to make sure this is worth our while, profitable. You got access, you basically were given a keystone, will give you access to death. And also gave you a stone of I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but the
Sending
communication,
stone?
so that you could essentially message you.
Mhm.
You
Hey, bestie.
you then
You
got your summon
know,
the
I'm
next
dark,
day,
still
Hey girl,
dark.
hey.
And you did ask this out of on stream, but to clarify, I believe it was only Talindra, Derendil, and Eldith went to the surface with. Eldith will be staying here, back down, less ordered to. Derendil has been absent the whole time, but you did ask the Roaring Horn. I can't get it out of my head. Delrond. I can't get that out of my mind now, but you asked him to.
I wrote what I heard, okay?
You did ask him to kind of look into the matter, and he was quite excited by the prospect. And have Stool. Well, Stool will be going wherever you go, and kind of will be quite keen to go back down into the Underdark. It's a bit light up here. And yeah, Talindra, the half traveling. Well,
What's the Andrew?
I think that's pretty.
Yep.
I think so.
Got nice and sloshed the night before we had to go back down into this hell, but
Not me.
not her, but me certainly.
Yeah, there was much drinking to be had, much merriment, whatnot. Sadly,
Trying to
no-
learn how to ride a lizard, I guess.
Yeah, they'll be very well trained. You
Good.
did see, the wolves were training, and when you were at the on. Some of you did anyway. Some of you very much blinkered into. I don't like this bitch. She's too. She's too studs and has no charisma. But you know, endearing qualities to some, I would say. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So we'll assume that you've spent the couple of days after you had your summons, after you've assembled the team, essentially preparing to leave. Bruno will kind of he will summon you all at some point, and he will just you guys, not your minions, whatnot. And he will kind of say, "Oh well, have your team, you have your groups. Who is the leader of your expedition? Understand that you have a small army to lead, and one's
I
got to
tail
be
whip
in charge."
Dallas.
Ow, what?
You
Never
understand
mind
Definitely
that
not gonna be me.
Lyritha is the most tactical of the group.
You understand that command structure is important, especially when dealing with multiple groups.
I feel like that we deal with this as a. He sort of does a circle of everyone in the room as a council.
Oh,
That's
perfect, perfect. A general must have his lieutenants. The lieutenants then lead troops. You understand? This is an important thing. You're dealing with military minds. Rock, paper,
Well, it's a good
scissors it
thing-
for all I care, but make sure one of you is named the lead east.
Valis, this is how you
vote
get new
for
title.
either. Oh, sorry.
This is how you get new title, Valis.
all right. I lost everything. Yeah, I kind of forgot about it. I was more
Personally, I
excited
think
about eating real
Lyritha-
food.
I think Lyritha and Valis are the smartest of us, so either of you.
Larissa is definitely more tactical minded.
You
But
did win a
as you,
chest.
as you but what?
Sorry. It's like Sass is the queen again all of a sudden, and she's sitting there going,
No, not again.
But I was about to say, but yes, it takes a voice to sway hearts and minds. So
Eh,
if the group is
Eh.
okay with this, I will be fine with being nominated the leader per se.
I
You
will
could
help him
co-lead.
advise.
You all will be helping me advise. Boars with his eclectic knowledge. Lavender with your
Yes.
sass. Your chest mastermind, Laritha. Hell yeah, your
I totally
mind-
thought you said
Dear,
test mastermind, and I was like, this is all skills.
that one pointing at Helya, he will say, I've heard she's pretty good at diplomacy.
Depends.
She's so good at diplomacy.
She get us a good deal at market though.
did you and your friend have a chat?
I did convince the nobleman.
I have. Let's just say I've had
And
a
the
report.
Giants.
I noticed those targets out back looked vaguely hell yeah like.
Right, that's sorted. Is there anything else you need of me before you go?
Yeah, your crown.
Good luck.
You should see me
I'm
in a
kidding.
crown.
You could take Helya's, wear it if you want.
I will. Are you wearing your ugly helm at the moment?
I was
Yeah.
talking to Valis.
Okay. I was just going to. Yeah, I'll pass. Thanks.
I would,
no.
I'm wondering if there's like some illusion spell or something that I can have it like changed in appearance because it's so fucking ugly.
I
think
could probably
that's the
balance it off
charm.
one horn.
That's the charm of it.
I think if you cast like disguise self on yourself, it would technically change the. Well, I don't know. Actually, it's a magic item. That's a tricky
Yeah.
one.
I mean, you can illusion it to disappear and to be a normal hat, but if anyone
Yeah.
taps
Yeah.
the invisible
You get
part, it would just
This guy's
Like,
Make
I
it
just
so
wanted to
fucking
change it. It
ugly.
looks fucking ugly.
It really does.
as far as I know, we have everything we can muster up here.
Can we like make it look more Iron Man like?
Nope.
I mean, everyone else has. Is there anything you want from us? Because every other leader has asked us to do something downstairs. What about you? Is there anything you want us to collect? Okay, we could go get you some milk.
He's gonna grin for a second and be like,
I'm just gonna be like, Velas, you do not ask people if they want you to do something for them downstairs. That is not the words you want to use. She's
least
gonna
not the
repeat what he
nobility.
said back to him for him to realize what it sounded like.
Bruno with a grin's gonna be like, well, I appreciate
What
your
you did with the
silver
nobleman
tongue.
the other night.
I don't
I wish.
particularly fancy it in that regard. But
In the Underdark, you pervy people.
listen, I understand. Long time out away from civilization.
Look,
Well-
I love a good dwarf as much as the neck man, but
Oh, you love me now, do you, Velas?
no.
So
This is gonna be interesting.
no, the only thing I would like of you is that you all return successful in your endeavors. If that's not too much to
The Council of Awesome shall depart. Thank you for all your help. We shall.
actually what you're going.
I just saw it in chat. So
It'd be like, all right. I'm assuming that's
look,
working
you gotta
straight
be you gotta be a bit optimistic about these things, okay? Look, we are against a insurmountable odds, and we have to be awesome to get through this. So we are awesome.
Optimistic.
Optimistic.
Okay.
Whoa.
That was yep.
Oh my gosh.
What about it being spectacular?
Right? Well, be off with you.
We'll fucking workshop this on the way.
It was a
Troll.
joke. It was a joke. Look.
Now we're all in the mood.
I feel like
It's
taking
like-
the extra
I'm
time
so sorry.
shopping was maybe a bad idea. Okay.
Post shopping high.
Yeah. We've got so much money. Oh no. Look, and it's gone.
Oh no.
Okay. As
All
your
right,
audience,
Chief Advisor Laritha. What is our next move?
Let's get the hell out of here.
I agree. Let's go. Forward.
The leader has spoken, and I follow along.
As we just walk out the door, there's only one way to go.
We don't even say goodbye. We just leave.
Will Lavender, you will through your stone essentially you'll see a map that will lead into a series of tunnels. So you see the way that everybody your friend, your buddy, your Zentaran pal,
My contact.
your contact is basically giving you the direction to go.
Okay.
And see that it is hell of a now.
No, wait, everybody. Hey, out of character because I don't remember how we did this. I'm basically gonna tell everybody how to go, right? Like I'm gonna be like the GPS.
Pretty much, yep.
You have the map.
Our
To
magical
explore.
little mini GPS.
When possible, please make a U-turn.
So
At the next light.
There left.
the directions
At the next mushroom.
The directions you're being given will from Gontal Grim to a cave in the Durbrin Hills, about miles. From there, you'll then be traveling through a large series of tunnels. They basically take you down into the park and double back on themselves and find for an additional 200 take. Now, the route you are taking is I'm gonna say you will know this because Light Network keeps their own somewhat well informed. This is an old trade route. This is not necessarily the quickest route, but one that is somewhat known. This is not necessarily secret, but it's a long story short. It's about 380 miles worth of traveling, more than half of which is going to be tunnels. Get back down to the Underdark and ultimately leading you Mantel.
All right, everybody. I know where we're going, so just follow me.
As you
Mount
are
up.
Okie dokie.
leaving, a familiar large blue figure kind of skulking by the exit.
Darendil.
Sully
Darendil?
Sully from Monsters, but it may as well be. But yes, it is. That's not actually a bad image for a Quaggoth. If you think of him that way, it's kind of not a bad vibe. But
Yeah.
he will kind of approach and it will address you all collectively in a hierarchy established. He will say, "I humbly request to accompany you all back down. But I had somewhere to be here, and I have nothing."
What do you mean, Darendil? I thought you were.
Who Prince?
Yeah.
Make your own life going forward if you wanted to.
I spent some time with the Lord Roaring Horn. Studied my predicament. Forms me. My form he'll kind of frown. But my form is not mine, nor is my mind. And it's kind of, his shoulders are gonna sag slightly. I'm a mistake. My own.
So you did this to yourself?
Or this was done to you because you were an awful person.
Have little memory of events led to this, but as I understand it, Lord Roaring Horn tells me that I am the result of an overreach magic, a attempted combination of spells gone awry. I am Bone Blackroom. Attempt to combine the something. I have no knowledge of spellcraft. Something wrong. This is who I am. Now it is not a curse or curse of my own stupidity. I was his.
So you're not Prince?
There is a kingdom I once belonged to where, known as a prince, I fear that life
Valis lose title too, so you come kill demons with us.
At least I can.
Are we? Am I able to see like what affects him? Like, can I like look at it and see? I doubt my greater restoration will help him much.
So,
No, nothing short of a wish spell will help here.
Yes. So
That is one of those things. Yep.
Roll me an Arcana.
Is your Arcana? I don't even know if we've seen. Well, Siz's ain't bad. How's yours?
Yeah, my
Okay.
my +0.
You may have heard
I'm
of
gonna
this
make
spell.
that 20.
And a 21. Okay, so Clone and Simulacrum are the highest levels. They are, I think one of them is 9th, one 7th level spells. So fixing those or trying to merge them is some high level stuff, and as is said, likelihood is that Greater Restoration fix this.
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
there
can
you
add
go.
Harry's
Oh,
just gonna
sorry,
silently
Valor.
feel bad,
That
you
means
know?
that-
Harry's just gonna be like silently be like, I have nothing to help this man.
I feel like that nothing short of a divine miracle will fix this problem for you. But as Boaz has said, we have all lost things. I've lost everything due to, let's say, my own greed. But the point being is that you don't let the past confine you, and you take a step forward into the future and do the best with what you've got. Are you willing to come with us to help us?
Well, the only thing that is, since I would be honored to help you, whatever it is that you.
Well,
How strong are you? Still
He's strong.
45
How
HP
strong's your mind?
I might boost him a little bit, but still probably more HP.
that's not hard to achieve,
that's
though. Let's be real.
He does got
I have
multi
no
attack.
objections. I
I
mean,
don't
you
have a
are who you
problem.
make you are now, so who you are going forward is up to you.
Mm-hmm.
I just Darren having a
I once heard that nobility is how you act, not what you were born with. So perhaps, and put into perspective there, that you coming with us to help fight this demon incursion that puts the whole world in danger makes you more noble than 99% of the nobles that live up here.
That's true.
Hmm.
I will. I will endeavor to rise nobility type.
Well then, welcome to team therapy in progress.
Yeah.
Is that the name we settled on?
Like
I
how
thought
the
it
name
was.
is gonna just change every single time, and it's great.
I thought it was the
Therapy in
Council of
progress.
Awesome.
Team self-help.
Therapy is required.
Therapy is required.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Okay.
We could be Team Trauma and Death Glares.
So let me remind you: you have a very small army around you. I think you did list it in,
Mhm.
but you have. I've already closed. But you have a decent bunch of people. You have like a bunch of guardsmen. You have some thugs. You have
Spies, scouts,
spies,
mounts,
scouts. You
veterans,
have
Centaurum.
Field Guardian. Yeah. So you also have when I say scouts, spies, assassin types as well. And yeah, so how many of
I think I'll go about at this point on our way there, assigning each one of us a role. Larissa should be in command of the main host, the guardsmen, the warriors, people with swords.
you are responsible for 24 individuals collective from various factions, as well as Dul, Kalindra, and Derendil, along with 5 giant riding lizards. The scouts, the Emerald Uncle scouts, also have. So you have a not too shabby force, I would say. Your role, your
And I feel like Boars should be her support in regards to that. Since
Works for me.
he knows how to swing a sword.
I can be the light for the people that can't see. There you go.
You're literally out front going, follow.
I start going a direction, and Lyritha's like, no, this way. And I'm like, this way.
Lavender definitely should be command of her own people. Not that I know,
the thugs.
but I feel like that she would be in command of the spies,
Yeah, she was-
the scouts.
She was gonna be secretly telling the thugs what to do.
And
I
since
feel like at some point I should just tell you all, though, to be honest. Hey, by the way, in the Zentarum, just so you know.
Your 8 thugs are proudly wearing Centarum badge. They're like they are. They're also wearing almost.
Okay. You know what? Screw it. That's how I'm going to tell you all. Hey, just so you guys know, I'm in the Zentarum. Okay? Cool.
Oh.
all right. So those people are yours. So you deal with them. We also have the spies and the scouts. So if you can keep an eye and arrange what they're doing, that would be great.
Sure.
Just sort of like, okay, cool. This is your job.
Oh, by the way, I also get a map like sent right to my brain, so I'll be telling you all, where to go.
No, you're officially in charge of leading the expedition.
Yep.
Congratulations.
And hell yeah.
Wait,
Kelly's going to be assigned the lizards, I feel.
if Boris is going to be like all lit up, I should ride on his shoulders and like tell him where to go, and then he could just be the beacon.
Is Boars like
New
holding the sword out in
hand
front
has
like this?
touched the beacon.
Just a
Yeah.
torch. Yep. Oh, the right.
This way,
That's
and
right.
then Lavender's
Go
like,
left.
actually, it's
No, your other
this way.
left.
It's going to be some trek. Although given that you're marching, you got to cover like a decent miles a day. I'd say maybe the first leg of the journey is probably going to take you maybe 12 days, 108, 12 days. That's the. But then the next kind of 200 miles is all through tunnels. That's going to be slightly harder go. I'd say that's probably going to take you an additional days. So it's almost going to take you a month to get down there. In the interests of skipping like meaningless stuff, we leveled you up last session. The book suggests softly throw in some random encounters and stuff for you on the way. I'm not including that right now. Worry about that after. But let's assume that you have
situation with the
fought
earth
stuff along the
elemental
way.
myrmidons all over again.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to come
We have a
to
whole
us.
army with us.
But
We're just gonna
exactly.
wipe everything.
I feel like whatever I throw at you is like, haha, goblins attack. It would
Exactly.
need to be literally like 200
An army.
goblin to be a threat. And
I'd
that's
say
just for you
anything short of a
guys, never
dragon.
mind the rest of them. Like, so that's fine. But it does give you kind of 3 weeks to essentially establish your pecking order and what you're doing with your troops and their units. And remind me, what was it you said Hellier was supposed to be doing?
Oh right,
Morale?
so
Animals?
Lizards.
so I feel like that she's more inclined to look after the animals than the rest of us. So I feel like that's something that she would be more comfortable doing, taking care of the lizards.
keeping up the morale.
Yeah.
And the morale, right? I also thought of that as well. I think morale's important.
Definitely
A whole month of stories.
I feel like the Enclave people are just like ignoring her the entire time.
Yeah, they saw what happened.
They'll be like they will be just as home before you get to the tunnels as they are when you get into, like, they are well trained, and they'll also be oh, you two, you got it. Both of your
Rangers with
foes.
terrain advantage.
They will also be
Sorry.
getting like fresh food to help stretch the supplies out a bit longer, like whilst you're traveling, because they have mounts so they can ride off and
Gallo.
kind of come.
Not looking forward to mushrooms again for months and months on end.
They start eating like spider.
I heard Spider wasn't that bad. Like,
Oh yeah,
No.
I should-
like IRL, like
Yeah.
I heard Spider wasn't that bad.
I've
It's a
heard
bit
like
crunchy, apparently.
It's like the
IRL.
most Australian thing I've ever heard, to be completely honest.
yeah.
spider's not so
I
bad.
can-
Munch.
So according
in
to
casual conversation.
according to
Yeah.
an old friend of mine, issue with, because it has to be big spider, so it's tarantula, right?
Okay, sure. Yep.
Yeah, you have to make sure that all the spurs and the pointy hairs are
The
burnt
hairs,
off before you
yeah.
eat the spider.
I'm good.
I would never
thanks.
eat one, by the way, but I'm just taking their word for it that apparently it's not that bad to eat.
I will take their word for it as well.
Yeah.
Watching a documentary once, and they were like out in the Amazons. They'd encountered this people out there that, you know, one of these like tribes that has had zero contact with kind of thing.
Sorry, I was making brews.
And they one of their delicacies, spiders, and they kind of like when they got the big tarantula bird eating type spiders, they kind of like curled the legs up on themselves, so it was kind of like that, and then they kind of wrapped it in like a big old leaf and cooked it on a fire. Like that was
Tarantula burrito. I hate it.
particularly
Hey, you eat what you eat, right?
apparently the females with the eggs on them was like
Oh
the
no!
big ones.
Stop! Nope! 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 Nope!
Delicacy.
Yeah,
Stop.
yeah. I love that
I
shit.
suppose like people eat fish eggs, so I guess there's no real difference there.
No, there's a difference. I don't know what it is, but there's a difference.
Fertilized chicken eggs. So
I mean,
Oh,
That's
the
delicacy.
embryo.
yeah.
the thing
Oh,
is,
what? Balut?
the thing is, we
Yeah.
see that shit as being icky, right? But they've had no exposure to that. That's just what they eat, right? Like, so that
Yeah, I've heard it's not that bad.
probably
Yeah,
tastes
it's
like
definitely
chicken.
like it's definitely a cultural thing. Like you'd be like, yeah, I eat this, and that, and everyone goes, ew, that's gross.
What?
Like my grandparents, right, great grandparents, they grew up eating offal, right? Just cook every part of the animal, and then I look at it now and I'll go like, yuck.
I
What
guess
is there?
I
Blood
eat that,
pudding?
and they're like, it's delicious.
I
Barbecue
guess blood
sauce.
pudding. Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, sidetrack. Bad. Right.
Wow, that's uncommon for us.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just the theme of the day.
So 3 weeks.
Johnny was already like, I'm done with this. Bye.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's a fair point. We're technically halfway through the session now. Probably take a little toilet break, whatnot. I definitely need to go. Take 5, then we will arrive at Cult Dureth. I'll pop the intermission
Sounds
stuff
good.
up
Heck yeah.
and.
Okay.
I didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I don't have to go anywhere either.
I dropped my nail clippers and I have a hangnail.
Oh no, that's the worst.
So you've been playing your Stars Druid on
Yeah.
I have too. It's so fun. I
It
like
has
the
been-
Stars
yeah.
Druid.
I have to say, so right now I'm kind of giving everybody their subclass, like the new subclass.
I have
and
too.
Lead singer wizard is also really fun because I've been having
Oh,
Gale do
really?
that. And yeah, Stars Druid, and then I gave Astarion the swashbuckler. The only one I didn't give the new subclass to was Lae'zel. I gave her Eldritch Knight.
Arcane Fighter I'm kind of not interested in.
Yeah, it didn't seem to like vibe with the rest of my group, so I was just kind of like, meh, I don't want to use
Right
it.
now I've been running with the Will and Hexblade, Karlak and the Giant Barbarian. Shut up, Josh. And well, I made Gale an Abjuration Wizard just to have him be a little bit more livable.
Yeah. I haven't gotten Karlak yet, but I'm probably gonna get her later. And then Will is still just his normal warlock subclass because I need some more money to change him over. But yeah. So that's what we have so far.
Who are you mainly running around with?
What'd you
Who are
say?
you mainly running around with?
Oh, my main group right now is me, the Stars Druid, Astarion as a swashbuckler, Lae'zel as an Eldritch Knight, and Gale as a Blade Singer wizard.
Nice. I'm also running Star Druid
Oh my
run.
god, all 3 of us are doing Stars Druid. I love it.
It
Yeah,
has really good action economy.
I love.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I kind of made my character look as much as like Cinnamon as I could get her to look
No.
without having a fairy race.
So
I made my character look like what my character would be if I died in a Tuesday game.
you want to hear what I did with? So I'm romancing Will because I've never seen his romance, and I'm sticking to it. But I've got him in my party. I'm going to have probably Gale for a while, but I am not going to have Shadowhunt. Normally I have her in it, but I think I'm going to switch out and have Karlak and probably either stick to having Gale or Lae'zel until I get Halson, and then we're gonna have like the 2 druid party in there.
Mm-hmm. So many druids, so little time.
Mm,
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to the point ever. I've barely. I'm so guilty. I've barely gotten out of Act 2 in general. So,
Yeah.
or I've barely gotten out of Act 1 in general. I've done hardly anything in Act 2. I've gotten to the crash, and that's about it.
Do you want to know what happy accident I accidentally did with this Baldur's Gate 3 run?
What?
I would accidentally, like, normally I pick like my dream visitor, like I'll base it off of someone, and I accidentally, like, it randomized, but it looked a hell of a lot like Bucky Barnes. I'm like, you know what, I'm fucking keeping that. So I've got a Bucky Barnes dream visitor thing that is really the Mind Flayer.
My guardian looks a lot like Runmara.
No.
I made her a dwarf with red hair and the druid vibes for her too.
Nice. I've beaten the game once, but yeah, that was it. I still need to beat the game with a Dark Urge, but I'm not doing
I
Dark Urge this
Started
time.
the Dark Urge, then I accidentally killed Gale, and I felt so guilty I had to stop.
I tried Dark Urge and I did not get out of Act 1.
Yeah, Dark Urge
started.
is tough. It makes me feel bad.
Straight up, I turned into a giant monster and killed my whole fucking party.
Oh dear.
Like, it was like, it's time, and I was like, let's go, and it was like, and I was like, let's go. My group was not having it, so I'd put him down, but not
I think the
reloaded.
last time I finished the whole game was when they just made the, like, end party scene. So I haven't seen any of the new shit yet.
Do you?
Oh, I
lose all
haven't seen
control
the
of
new
your
stuff
party
yet
when you
either.
fight them?
Sorry, what was that, Sass?
Do you lose all control of your party as a Dark Urge if you end up fighting your party?
With that choice, yeah, it was like I had to. Well, just the named people, the guy, like the randoms you can recruit, whatever they're called, like
The
they
NPCs.
still join you as a Dark Urge, but the named people, all the ones I had anyways, it was like a straight up. I don't know. It was like 7v1 or something like that. The turn order was
Oh my
crazy.
god.
Yeah, it was insane.
Oh my God.
So I literally had to kill every single one of them. I was like, all right.
I just got to Act 3 with my Dark Urge, but I'm taking a break with that playthrough because I want to play my Stars Druid. Cinnamon 2.0.
Karma.
My Stars Druid is so pretty, though. She's so pretty.
She really is.
What are we about to do if we roll up and like half of our army is just like infected by madness and like turn into crazy Kuatos? Like, that's it. I gotta fight all these fuckers.
Could you imagine?
That laugh?
That would be great,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? Wouldn't
Yeah.
that be something?
The Kuato are mentally weak.
Yeah. Established.
So are the Darrow, apparently. Jeez. In every campaign.
Yep. They're mad as
Just
fuck.
totally. Just, alright.
Yep. Yeah. I think the Darrow are just.
I'm gonna have to launch up Baldur's Gate and take a photo of mine so I can
Show off.
take a screenshot, yeah.
Yep.
Shut up. Leave me alone.
I haven't
Alright.
got back to it in a while. I am looking
Says
forward
the
to getting back to
fucking
that.
nerd.
I
We're
think-
all a bunch of nerds.
I
Let's
don't
be
think
fair.
I ever completed Baldur's Gate 3. I got through to like Baldur's Gate, and I got to a point where I blew up a bunch of gnomes, and then I was like, "Oh no, okay." And then I
Whoa.
stopped playing it for a bit, and I was like, "Oh no." And then I
It's
just
a
never
daunting game to play. It's like there's so much to do. It's like, where do I even
Yeah.
start?
I just got back into it. really got back. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that would be worthwhile. Like I want to go through, like my playthrough that I want to do. I want to go through and I want to have. So I don't know. I might play like Warlock. Different. I kind of want to play with the characters I didn't play through with my first time round. So it was me as a druid the first time round, and then I had Karlach, Shadowheart, and Lae'zel, and Romance Lae'zel. That one, so that was fun.
She's the easiest
that
one to
was fun.
romance.
He's
Yes.
obsessed with Lae'zel.
All easy. What are you talking about? They throw themselves at like,
Gale throws himself at me every
Well,
fucking time.
Gale
Yeah, I
does
was
too, yeah.
bro, what? I've talked to you twice. You weren't
Yeah,
even in my
same.
party. Like,
Look, he's been through some shit.
My reaction every time, like, I just had Lae'zel be like, I like do a thing, and I'm just like, are you hitting on me? I'm flattered, but no, thank you.
Honestly, my go-to is always going to be Karlach. I just love her so much.
I think I want to try and do like a slightly darker playthrough, not like a Dark Urge, but like a slightly less give a fucks type playthrough.
Mortally gray. Yeah.
And I want to play with like, I want to play with Minthara, and I want to pick up. I kind of want to see if I can get Minthara. Minsk, Boo. I want to play with them, but I know they don't come till late. And then
Yeah.
I don't know who.
I like the sass.
I'm just. Yeah, I'm fine. Same with Gale. I'm not really interested. But yeah, sorry. Very sidetracked. Right. Three weeks and a day's worth of travel. Overground, underground. Will arrive at a. I believe the term is here, like a switchback path will arrive at a large stone door. The door itself is completely smooth, almost invisible if the path did not directly to it, and then off to the side there is a sort of slightly smooth indent in rock face.
Okay.
The thugs in particular were kind of like, they'll be waiting, and then they'll kind of like start side-eyeing Lavender a little bit.
What?
But you've got the rock.
Oh wait, that's right. Sorry.
Okay,
I
I just
forgot.
I figured I was just like, I'll just put it out there, and then I saw everyone's
Lavender-
blank face, and I was like, "Yep." No one remembered
Lavender
that bit.
totally knew what to do, but player was just like, huh? I have a thing? I forgot. Yeah, I'm gonna use the Mental Dureth Access Stone.
The passageway will open. Very black, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
You here, and have to zoom the fuck in because
Yes.
this is a huge map, and everything is on this map, so it might take you a second or two to load it up. As fair warning. This is akin to, I'm trying to think, one of the
Oh, is that one map that was really annoying to navigate through?
like
The mushroom caves?
there was the Horstone tunnels, pretty annoying to get through. And I think in the Curse of Strahd campaign, there's like a monastery map that's so massive. unnecessarily mad. But yeah.
Yeah, I just skipped that shit. It is huge.
It was
yeah.
the same map that Bopito attacked us on. That was really, really
That's the
huge.
Wallstone tunnels.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
That guy. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, right. So yeah, the tunnel will open before you. It would help if I door. Ta-da! Tunnel. Essentially, don't move your tokens in.
Oop.
The urge to zoom in even more.
The tunnel's gonna continue for a while, moving you further and further and further down until you get to a so the passageway is gonna cut off to, and I don't know why they do this, but it's gonna cut off to the north, which in this case is to the right. So yeah, north is to the right, meaning east is down, west is up, south is. There will be another smoothish wall here to the left, which has a similar indent.
And I will use the thingy again.
Okay. So this tunnel will lead down. Correctly. There will be, like, you will cross a stream that is about, say, maybe 5 foot wide, but looks suspiciously like Dark Lake water, which you already know is best. And you already know from your previous foray down here, or some of you do at least, that Mantle Dureth is also very close to the Dark Lake in places. That was.
Yeah, we were gonna go there at one point, but we didn't.
Yeah, you
changed your mind.
But
Yep, that was right.
essentially, you will find yourselves as you exit out of the tunnel at the bottom of a 20-foot wide, 50-foot deep trench that seems to run the entire way along a large cavern. Have a bit of a procession going along, so there's a fair few of you here. A couple of things to note: the area around you is kind of chilly and a little bit damp. Here, dripping water and fungal growths all over the place.
Is there Phasra?
There is some light here. In fact, there's a lot more light than you ended up. Except this light is not Phasra, or at least the stuff that you. It's brightly lit by what looks like continual flame spells, shine into crystals that reflect the light, refract them around the cavern. There are a network of walkways and plazas that crisscross the environment here. It also seems to be paved with crushed, and also help to illuminate the environment. But yeah, you will find yourselves at the bottom of a 50-foot deep trench, and there is about halfway down this trench, there is a shattered platform of crystals look as though they maybe have been like kind of elevation platform, but just as you get to just before that, there are two kind of more manual looking elevators, and flanking them there appear to be rated by
Big place.
oh, Sammy's gonna be for it.
Oh.
So she is with
Oh,
you.
we can start moving around now.
Oh, you absolutely can start moving around. This
Okay.
place is huge. I was just trying to think of the other map that was ridiculously big, and it was Slooped Up. That was also a stupid big map.
Are these guys supposed to be this huge?
The what? Sorry.
Are these guys down here supposed to be that huge?
Yep. You can't.
Oh, God.
You can't see them though because you're like 50 foot down in this chasm. So
Oh,
Right.
nah, looking north. That makes more sense. Oh.
let me.
Excuse me.
So yeah, essentially you need to move towards almost the center of the trench, get to the elevator. Can start giving me perception checks though as you.
Damn it, sis.
Damn, sis.
Oh, actually, like not a half bad perception check.
Oh, is there any reason to be sneaking here? Should I sneak?
Well, I mean, not that you're aware of initially, like you're supposed to be here, but as you approach the elevator, Valis, you spot just like a very quick shadow above you that catches your eye, and as you look up, you'll see that there is a large but limp body of a riding lizard has been tossed into this trench and is going to kind of come down, not on anyone, but right next to where Boars is about to sort of land right in front of him, pretty much.
I pull Balls back a step as it lands.
It will land with a sickening thud and just lay motionless. You will also,
Wait.
you and Lavender will also hear something of a motion coming above
No.
to the.
Was that one of our riding lizards?
No.
Oh, okay.
Upon closer inspection, as it lands with a welch in front of you, see that there are various wounds, gashes, and it definitely looks as if likely dead where it landed.
Poor creature. It's commotion
Is
up
that
above us.
intentional? Looking up, is anyone looking down at us?
And you said the commotion is coming from south of us?
Down on the
Okay.
map, which is technically east, but fuck it.
Oh,
we'll
right.
We'll call it south because south is down is easier than the way they have the map oriented, and I will adjust.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna point to like the area that I hear it coming from then. Would it would it be possible to like sneak over to that area and see what I see? See if I see anything?
But the problem you have
Just
is that
walk
you're
up a
currently 50 foot down.
She has.
You can-
Chasm, but you
I
Does
can
she
climb.
you can climb. You're of you are riding lizards. Climb. So Not sure
Right.
how stealthy.
No, I would probably not go on my lizard to do this. I would like use my
Hop
special new cape.
Okay. So yeah, give me a stealth check.
Oh, I'm
Dismount.
scared. Oh wait, do I get an advantage or anything on stealth? Hang on. I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm playing hardcore, so I'm not just gonna give you advantage unless you can.
No,
get it
I know.
from-
I'm checking to see if I got it from that new cloak that I got, but I don't think so.
I think it just gives you like
Okay.
a bit of climb, right?
Wait, shoot, that was perception. Ignore that. Okay, 20.
30. Hitting the high numbers now, Jesus. Yeah, you'll be able to climb up and sort of peek over without too much. What you will see is essentially a bunch of market stalls, which all seem to have been either ripped or knocked over or disturbed. Like there seems to be quite a large market area, and in the vicinity you can see that there's lots of like just goods and other things like goods boxes, that kind of stuff is just strewn about, has been sort of thrown over, knocked over, discarded. You can see that there are more corpses of these giant lizards, and you can see that there are two enlarged Wagar, so they are big, currently kind of running through the market, chasing a pair of deep gnomes. Look a bit odd, though, in that their outlines are kind of like they're full fuzzy.
Okay.
One might blurred.
I'm gonna climb back down and report that to everybody, but also just kind of be like, gotta be quiet.
Is it really matter? I mean,
Hmm?
I'm not sure what we have to do with any of that.
I don't think we should. Like, I don't think we need to deal with that, but I do think we should possibly be a little quieter so that we don't draw the attention of them.
Well, we need to go up, don't we? Or are we just going to keep staying in this trench?
Oh, it's
Oh,
us
wait.
and
Yeah.
We've got an entire army with us who's going to mess with us.
That's true. I guess we could just deal with it.
Kind of like have a mount. I've never.
They were- Yeah, they were chasing some deep gnomes and some riding lizards.
The various factions in Mantle Dreth are yet an alliance. The uneasy as
That
it is,
didn't look
but
like a truce to me.
happened.
Huh.
do you think the demons have already made it here?
But something gone wrong. Rhaegar are attacking. What are the Drow doing? And Tarim doing?
Wait, out of character, what are the Zentarum doing?
The ones with
Do
you
I know?
are looking at you, but no, there's no. Have no idea what's happening there.
Oh, okay.
You did have a bit
What's
of an
supposed to be happening?
You did have a kind of idea before. Mantle Dreth is supposed to be this. It's one of those well-kept secrets. Those who are able to, those who make their way here and can get inside know. The 4 factions: Drow, the Zents, and the Dwagar and the Deep Gnome have an uneasy alliance where violence is prohibited. And it's kind of like this weird, almost like a bastion in the Underdark, because in the Underdark, everywhere else, you go to the Deep Gnome City, they don't trust the other faction. Same with the Dwarves. They all have reason to like each other, but here they kind of have this truce, this uneasy but somewhat stable agreement. Violence is prohibited, and those that act it and themselves in a very bad way. So yeah, Talindra will be like, the fact that they are openly aggressive to bad has happened. Very, very bad.
Maybe we should go up and find out.
Yeah. Works for me.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe we find Zentarum, see what they're doing too.
Yeah, I would like to know that as
Neutral
well.
Party down here.
We get more for our army.
So yeah, you'll be able to get in the elevators. All the levers that are there, it's pretty straightforward. Magically powered carriages that ride you to the top of the trenches. And just to confirm again, this large trench that you're in seems to bisect the enormous cavern that is Mantle Dareth. There is a 30-foot high ceiling above you, supported by naturally formed stone columns. You, as already said, the continual flame spells are cast on kind of like these stone crystal lampposts all over the place. The ground is made of crushed crystals, reflecting the light all over the place. You can see that there are beautiful fountains, there are waterfalls, streams, and in the vicinity. And then on both sides of the trench there are clusters of doors. However, only those to the bottom there seems to be any activity. 8-foot tall Dwagar chasing 2 very frightened looking of Neblin.
Who seems to be the aggressor in this situation?
The Dwagar are definitely chasing the deep. The deep gnomes also don't appear to be, whereas the Dwagar have their axes brandishing at them. Roll me a perception check.
Isn't that the same roll I got before?
I think so.
It was.
I'm just gonna shift ping everyone.
Valis
yeah,
sees all.
Yeah, Lavender and Valis, you will notice that there is a third deep gnome in the area over here, hiding underneath a small bench, essentially, clutching in their arms a pale leather bag, and kind of quite like, to you guys it's quite obvious, but they seem to be successfully evading the Dwagar for now.
Could I sneak over to this gnome and find out what's going on?
You can get a stealth check, but you are definitely like within the Dwagar could see. The issue here, 1 square on this map, by the way, is 20 feet. So
Oh,
God.
although saying that,
big.
I think it's the big so the small squares that you're in are still 5 feet. The big kind of bold squares, those, I don't know why that's no.
Yeah.
It's to scale. So they're only like 10-15 feet away from you.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm pretty little compared to the giant Dwergar, though.
So yeah, you can stealth, kind of using the collapsed
Yeah,
market
like the
doors
buildings.
and stuff. I'm not gonna make you roll unless you get within 10 feet of them.
Okay. So I'm gonna sneak my way over to this gnome, and I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, what's going on here? So, why are they chasing you?"
Saying this in common.
Yeah, because I don't. Wait, I only know common and halfling, so common.
I know Gnomish.
Let me check this real quick.
Watch us not be able to speak the same language. We can play charades.
Hell, you guys good at that. I think by now you would know I speak Gnomish too, because I've spoken it to the people.
I do know that.
the
Yeah.
others. Yeah.
Just gonna look at you. Very
Wait. Oh no, master of something. I have master of. Oh no, wait, I can only mimic the speech patterns, but I don't think I can pass myself off as a native speaker, but I don't learn the language, so never mind.
He's just gonna
That's
kind of like
weird.
frown and look at you, like, and then kind of like shoo you away.
Oh, he doesn't understand me, does he? I'm gonna point to the Dwergar and go, like, and just be like, what?
He's gonna quickly turn his panicked eyes towards what you're pointing at, and then turn back to you and kind of just draw his finger across his throat.
That they're trying to kill them. Okay. I give him a thumbs up and I sneak back.
He's gonna look so confused and shake his head. Thumbs down. Thumbs down.
Do I need to re-roll stealth to get back?
No, you're good.
Okay. I'm gonna sneak back. Hey, so I tried to talk to that gnome over there, but we don't speak the same language. So I played a little bit of charades with him, and from what I could gather, the Dwergar are trying to kill the gnomes, which we already knew, so that was kind of not helpful. But the gnomes seemed nice, if a
So
little scared.
We fight Durgar.
I'm cool with fighting Dwergar.
I'm gonna yell out in Gnomish. Do you want some help?
So much for the stealth.
The Dwergar gonna turn around. So in Gnomish.
Yeah.
Violated.
Oh shoot, I missed everything that Sammy was saying in chat.
It's a bit late for that anyway, so I would hold on to that spell, honestly.
Cool. Someone in this group speaks Undercommon. After we save them, we can ask all the questions we want.
Yeah,
Alternatively, we can kill them and cast Speak with Dead or whatever from the crystal. So,
yeah, the thing that we almost sold.
yeah. Well, if it was worth like 20 grand or something, but it's always worth asking.
So
It's
you
a
said that in
pivotal item.
Gnomish, right?
Mhm.
The two deep gnomes that are running away will turn around and go, "Dad, they say we've stolen something and we haven't done it. They're trying to kill us."
Well, time to play mediator.
They're gonna keep running. One of the Dwergar's gonna carry on chasing. The other one's gonna turn around you, and in Undercommon. Does anyone speak Undercommon?
Valis
Oh, he does.
Valis does. I'm gonna tell you to back off. Not your fight, not your business. Thieves will be punished appropriately.
When
What
they
they
said
steal?
when they, oh, I wanted to insight the gnomes as well to see if they,
Okay.
I had
yeah.
actually, yeah.
There's this one suspicious gnome hiding under a
Yeah.
bench.
Hard to
So
say. It's hard to say because they're blurred, so
Mm.
can't really judge someone's body language. It's they're like they've cast blur on themselves. They are literally like they're doing this almost,
Mhm.
vibrating as they're running away. Right, you said to sorry, Valis, you trying to
what did they steal? Perhaps we could help.
roll me a persuasion roll.
Damn.
I don't know why I asked.
Well, like, all
Oh
right.
my
at this
God.
point-
I'm not even max charisma yet.
and it's still 12. Ugh.
Mm.
Disgusting.
Oh, I forgot to mention before when I came back, but I'm gonna also tell everybody that the gnome had like a sack with him, like a
Okay,
lightly
yeah.
colored sack.
He's gonna say, he's gonna stop, turn around, spit on the ground. He's like, one of those little bastards stole a gem, and now they're claiming ignorance. You know it was them. It's a matter of time before we find it, or find whichever one of them it was that took it.
Isn't there proper protocol for this shit?
How do you?
I was saying that as a player, not because I don't understand what he just said.
Yeah.
Are you sure that these were the ones that stole it?
One of them called Yantha. That's the thief. Now they're hiding them, trying to keep them safe. Why would they be doing that if they
Alice.
weren't guilty?
Alice, ask him if it was in a light-colored sack.
Okay, so was this jewel gem in anything particular? A sack, a bag? You know, we could describe it to us so that we can help you find it.
Kind of like frowning, like, it's a black gem about the size, and he'll hold his enlarged hand up and go, about the size of my palm.
Alright. Yeah. Was it in a
They're
bag?
tiny and they're huge.
No. Might
No.
be now.
They had their own bag, damn it.
What was the gnome's name? What was the person that they said it
Yanther.
was? Yantha.
I mean, I can sneak back over there and
So
see if
he's gonna glance at the gnome that's hiding. He's not making it obvious that he's looking for the gnome. He's sort of just like staring into that general direction. So it was Yantha that stole the gem. He's going to look for a reaction on the gnome's face.
Oh,
as he's
you say
looking
this
over there.
in Undercommon still.
Yeah.
To who are you looking for? The one under the bench?
The one that's under the bench, he's
Okay.
looking over in that general direction, but not like in a way that's gonna, like in fort sort
Yeah,
of way. But like
I mean-
he's looking for a reaction from that gnome in particular.
You're gonna get kind of like like he's not gonna say anything. He's just gonna shake his head. The other Dwagar is gonna turn around and stop chasing us, Neblin. Go, Dick, we've got her, Yantha, the thief, trying to find out where she stashed it. First Dwagar you were talking to was, oh, aye, that's right. That's what we're doing. That's why.
Is this a lie?
Yeah, this seems
That's a weird
suspicious.
conversation.
I can't even, like,
Wait.
I can't do anything because I don't understand any of this.
Uh,
Yeah.
Helia and Alice can like check.
I feel like I can
Alice
still
translates
insight,
it.
like
Yeah.
Like that's a really
If you can't
weird
understand them,
statement.
then
Really weird
Fair.
statement to make. Their stories don't line up straight away.
the first one definitely sounded more confused than anything, but the second one, who corrected them, I mean, as far as you can tell, seemed genuine enough. But you're definitely picking up a lot of malice in what they're up to, but they definitely
So
doesn't feel.
it doesn't feel misplaced, but Dwega in general are very hostile in general. Right, if I'm not misremembering.
Say again,
They're very hostile to other races in general.
They are, but they are also lawful in right. They
Right,
have
so this
their
is
rules and they tend to stick to. So
This is uncharacteristic. This one.
well, if they think they've broken the law, then it wouldn't be out of place for them to act punishment. But
Right.
it definitely does seem to be a bit more aggressive than you're used to from like Gracklestug.
Right, you feel like one of these gnomes knows where this black gem might be stashed away. Hint, hint, Lavender.
If she stole it,
I mean, I could go back over there and maybe try and sneak a look at the bag.
He'll sort of turn to the party and go, just does like 1 second. I'm just gonna tell them what's going on, and he'll quietly whisper what's going on to the party, and it says, "So, Lavender, can you check that bag?" Just as a
I'll go do that. I'm gonna sneak.
Alright.
Now, I don't necessarily need to sneak from the Dwergar, I guess, at this point, because they know we're there. But I do need to try and like sneak a look at the bag itself.
Yeah, so the stealth isn't to hide from the Dwagar, it's to avoid.
Although
the...
we don't want them to know that guy's hiding over there, though, right?
Sure. I mean, you
Oh.
can spider climb, so you can just jump into the trench. And
Oh, true. I'll do that. Yeah,
go around.
and then I'll
Isn't
shimmy
this
over there.
Isn't this a bit of a exaggeration for this kind of situation?
It's a
Seems
bit much.
blown out of proportion. Yeah.
It is like.
I'm back over with that guy.
So are these gnomes
This
like
Underdark.
cornered?
This happens all the time. This is normal. I don't like. I'm not surprised at all. Like,
So,
To destroy an entire marketplace, though.
20. Is it not more?
Sneak a peek in his bag without him noticing. Sleight of hand.
Okay.
Alice, what did you say? Sorry, to.
So are these gnomes over here cornered?
They're within swinging range. They are bigger, but they have stopped trying to get away. Although Blur is still effect.
Right. He's gonna walk over to them while Lavender is investigating.
Yeah,
And he's
provide a
and he's
distraction.
And he's going to start like talking to them in Undercommon. It's like, look, I'm sure that all of this is just a big misunderstanding. They are, as far as I can tell, sure that it was stolen. Now, if you can tell us where this gem might be, we can just like water under the bridge. Like, everything will be put to rights. That's all the information we need. And these lovely gentlemen here will go about their business. And you can go about yours.
So one of the deep gnomes would be like, smashed up our warehouse looking this gem. We didn't know what it was about. They broke the piece first. Rhaegar's gonna be like, a lie. Yantha stole from us. She broke it. That's why we've got her. That's why we need to get the gem back. Your kind broke the...
Well, if they believe that your people stole the gem first and they were searching for it, then I am inclined to side with what they're saying. However, it all can be made to rights if that gem is recovered. Apologies can be made and peace can be restored. You understand what I'm trying to say here, yes? It's not tit for tat. It is a crime was committed. So you guys don't know anything about a gem, and you're absolutely sure you don't know anything.
We just know that they broke into our warehouse, started smashing things up, and they've been killing us.
Can Helia be translating to the rest of us?
Yeah, Helia be translating this,
They
you guys.
kidnapped Yantha.
By the way, I rolled a
Straight
7
in
on
as
my
she
sleight of
goes.
hand.
Yeah, in the
So-
back you'll see some flint knives, some thread. The knives seem to be coated in quite a thick, almost oily blood. But it's dried, but it's not like human blood. It's definitely something. But other than that, there doesn't be a big black gem.
Okay.
The bag
And that
itself,
blood
if
is
it
not-
helps, is made of. It's like stitched Magath hide, and as I said, it contains a pair of flint knives. There's thread, a thin iron needle, barrel stalk flesh, and a.
The blood on the knives is not like Dwergar blood or anything, right? Do they have the same blood? Okay. Then
Sounds like a butcher's set for meat and all that.
I'm gonna head back and just say to I'm gonna do my whole like walk back through the chasm thing and head back over and like just kind of like behind Valis, just be like, no gem.
So my cohort here has just done a thorough investigation of the area. She is very experienced with the recovery of stolen objects, and she has seen no sign of the gem in this area.
I sneak out behind him and I'm like, hi, and then I go back.
So your people have been killing theirs. Is it the punishment does not seem to befit the crime here? If you're murdering these people, why are you killing them for the stolen gem?
That isn't.
Shouldn't they be put into jail until time that they could be punished appropriately? Why are you killing these people?
Why don't they question Yanthir herself?
Why are you punishing these people for the mistakes and of the one? And these people aren't clearly involved.
The Dwagar are gonna kind of like look at you. Roll me persuasion.
Yay!
And kind of like look back
Roll on
at
that
the
one.
chasm as more
Dirty
of your
20.
whole army kind of like rising up from below, and they're kind of like, aye, well, right. Got her in custody anyway. These ones, and he'll spit on the floor again. And like, these ones, and they'll sheath their weapon, begin to head. to Ace.
Before you guys leave, I'm sorry, but
Die.
where die? Now just kind of blast them.
Fireball.
Where if we find the gem, where
Considered
might
it.
we find you? Where are you holding?
A point down
Yeah,
to
for-
the bottom left. Bane does
So
notice it.
you
Down.
Down, down.
Good luck.
Once they're out of earshot, he looks at the gnomes. And it's like, I need a bath after talking to those two.
I'll say in Gnomish. Well, that was fucking weird.
They're kind of like they'll dismiss the blur and know what they're talking about. What gem they're talking about.
What's been going on down here?
Claimed that Yantha stole this gem from one of their merchants. Then, when we said that was lies, why would she steal the gem? She's that way inclined. Maybe she stole it,
Who,
bought it.
who is Yanfa?
Yantha is a mage. She's one of our people. Yeah. Leads our group. The
She's your leader.
The what, Enclave?
Stoneheart.
Stoneheart. Like Shadowheart, but stone.
Yo, shout out to Hearthstone DLC for Witcher 3. Really good one.
It is. Oh my god.
So, Yanfa is your leader of your people. They have her prisoner,
Yes,
and they've been killing your people for this gem.
around you.
Sounds like they need to die.
I feel like we need to go save this leader.
Mm-hmm.
The,
I'm just in the background, like randomly picking up tents and shit and like putting them upright again.
The other keep gnome will kind of walk over and sort of attach his bag to his belt and kind of brush himself off a little bit, and will offer you his hand, Alice, and then clear his throat. I'm Peebles. Thank you.
I'll wave at him again.
He'll kind
Pleasure.
of like look at you,
I'll
frown a
shake his
little bit,
hand.
and then like kind of soft weight, like, you know, his hand will stay down by his waist, and he'll kind of like just kind of like hi.
We had your back checks just to make sure. We couldn't be sure which side is which here.
Well, now you've dealt with that problem, perhaps you could take me to Drow or the Centarum. You don't appear to be deep gnomes or Dwegar, so I assume you're with one of them.
Why do you want to go to the Zentarum or the Drow?
In around here?
So we just got
Wait,
here.
is Zentarum the same in every language? Like, do I pick up on the fact that he said Zentarum?
You'll hear it.
Okay, my ears are gonna perk, and I'm gonna like tug on Valus's sleeve.
I'll be translating for
Oh,
everyone.
okay,
Can
good.
you speak?
'Cause I've
can
got-
you-
I've got comprehend languages. I just can't fucking speak it.
Can you
What-
speak
What?
common?
No. But somebody needs to tell them what the Dwegar are doing, and why shouldn't it be? I've seen everything firsthand.
We
Alright,
could
well,
definitely get more information from the Zentarum. I'm sure. I say this to Valus.
we have our ways to I look at her and go, we have our ways to get information to them? Question mark?
Yes.
Did you see
Although-
everything?
Wait,
You
what did he
can-
say?
Did you see everything? He's basically saying because he saw everything.
Well, he'll look at Lavender and go, well, Lavender, here, point out, is a contact, works for the Zentarum. If you can tell us what happened, she can get a message to the leadership of the Zentarum and tell.
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
I don't even know who you are.
Is there an issue with us going to meet one of the others?
Oh,
We are
I would
going
just
to
like to go with
eventually
you.
anyway.
I just don't want to be here. And I would like to go with you. If you're going that way, then it means I'm safe. And I don't have to tell people that I don't know who you are. I don't know if I could trust you.
Well, we saved your life.
We're killing people here.
We're from the surface.
You have people amongst you that look like drow.
That is Talinja. She's a half drow.
Okay, but what should your being from the surface matter?
This guy just want to go see Zentarum. We going to see Zentarum. Let's just go.
Hmm.
Alright, I feel like we should take care of the most pressing issues right now.
I have a question.
Joker.
I have this new thing that I got at level 9 for Mastermind, and it's called Insightful Manipulator. And it says if you spend at least a minute observing or interacting with another creature outside of combat, you can learn certain information about its capabilities compared to your own. Could I, like, since I can't talk to him, can I like observe this guy's mannerisms and stuff and see if like anything is striking me as odd, or
What's is it let you do a roll for it, or is it like
it just says if I spend a minute
yeah, well, it'll
observing.
definitely been more than a minute. I would say.
Oh, it says I can also know a piece of the creature's history or one of its personality traits if it has any.
He's definitely keen to get to one of either the drow or the Zentarum. You would notice that he's holding himself with almost a rigid precision that you don't find outside of certain professions. You would have seen it within, let's say, maybe assassins. Very precise, very calm,
What was his
collected,
backend?
and know what's in his. You know that there are flint, needle, thread, and other things in the bag.
All right.
Perhaps the same level of precision would fall under like surgeons. That kind of vibe. He's got that. I know where to cut things to hurt them. I get from.
Or more malicious reasons. Okay, I'm gonna nudge Valis and just be like, something about this guy. Obviously, I'm saying this in common because I don't speak the other languages. Something about this guy is a little off. I feel like he had a bag full of weapons and surgical equipment, which, you know, it could be that he's a doctor or a surgeon, but he could also be something a little bit more
Murderer.
not
Serial killery.
serial killery, assassiny, those kind of things. We should be careful around him, is what I'm saying.
Right. And no offense to you, Lavender, and your cohorts, it is rather strange then rather than seeking safety, seeing people being killed, that he immediately wants to go to the Zentarum or the Drow.
That's what I thought too. I love my people, but when you're in trouble, they're not the first ones you go to.
Unless he has contacts or had worked for your people.
It's true. I wouldn't know that just on the knowledge that I have. Ooh, could I send a quick message to I forget her name, the hot lady, and and just be like, do you know anybody named Peebles? Was it Peebles? Yeah. And that's all I'm gonna say. Do you know anybody named Peebles?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. She doesn't know.
Just straight up, like, not bothering me. Kind of like, no.
Sudden regret on giving you the sending stone.
Like, it's just like, hey girl, do you know this guy called Peebles?
I got some drama. I got some tea. I got to spill.
So if your supervisor? Question mark?
My supervisor? Yeah, she didn't know.
Yeah, the vibe is off with this one.
Yeah. I feel like she would have told me if it was something important. So I don't know. Something's just off.
All
I
right,
don't see
well,
the issue of heading towards one of them.
Well, obviously, I vote for the Zentarum. So
Zentarum seemed to be the, albeit unorthodox, but probably the safer of the two options here.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on how friendly they are with outside drow, the drow might also be an issue with you guys being escapees as well.
yeah.
Well,
Oh,
we
yeah, there's that.
we
Slight issue.
disposed of the person that was after us.
That's fair.
True, and you weren't
But
marked.
didn't a whole
Yeah, we
slew
went
of people know you were being
we
looked out
weren't
for?
marked slaves, so we weren't marked, so we don't belong to anybody. We were in the
Mhm.
process of being sold. So she wanted us back, but we took care of that.
Mm.
Okay,
Just
so-
swipe up and say very quickly, like, ignore likelihood of bringing shame to Alconvir, then
Interesting. We weren't talking in common.
I do need to.
Oh, sorry, to Lynch. Oh, sorry, I thought it
Yeah.
was the gnome.
no.
I thought he just replied to us and was like,
I
"We're
thought it was
talking
the
in
gnome
common.
too.
Sorry,
This
maybe
is
this,
suspicious."
Talindra would say, like, really with them. Basically, she'd say, long and the short of it is, the Drow are just as likely to try and capture you as they are to try and ignore that situation ever happened, because what's more embarrassing, that they got away
Shame.
and killed the person responsible, or would they see that as they killed the person who took them in?
Yeah, we're kind of at the stage where I feel like they don't want to mess with us unless it's like by overwhelming force.
But yeah, we
Maybe we should just let that be.
have run
Yeah. I'm sorry. What is to say? Like, I feel like we should take care of these folks here and go find their leader, because whatever's happening right here is suspicious enough that
Dwergar?
Duergar have
We may
literally kidnapped their
also
leader.
get more insight by going to other factions as well, as opposed to immediately taking one side over the other.
Well, having a faction leader in our pocket from the get-go would be an advantage, I feel like.
We would immediately make an enemy of the Duergar.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we are
Well,
automatically enemies of Duria.
As of right
Because we're
now, I
not
see us as
Durga.
mediators.
Alindra will be like,
Alright,
and they could.
that is true. They do
That's
turn
true.
invisible. I remember down in Gracklestad where we were literally stalked by half a dozen invisible dwarves through the city streets.
She cast
Oh, yeah.
that on herself.
Nothing in the
You know,
Oh,
that's
yeah, there you
not a bad
go.
idea.
I was just gonna ask if anybody had that.
nothing in the immediate business.
There's nothing around us right now.
Right. Okay, so I feel like we've assessed the situation. Let's deal with this fella here. Let's get in contact with your people, Lavender, and see
Mhm.
what they have. I feel like it's probably the best bet for all of us here. If any disagreements,
None here.
Are you telling
What
that
does this suspicious little gnome have to say?
doesn't know what I'm saying at the moment? So...
Oh wait, shit, that's right.
That's my C
Yeah,
and
we will
visibility.
say that we were
Watching you
getting-
back and forth like
we'll get in contact with the Zentarum. We'll literally get in contact with the group here and take you to them. Since you don't want to tell us anything, maybe they will tell you. You can tell them, and they will tell us instead.
sounds good. Okay,
We are all on the same team here, as
uh,
unlikely as that is.
okay. Let's go then.
All right. He was saying,
he will
Colin.
begin to lead you towards the Tarim area. Be on the other side of the chasm.
I wasn't expecting it to be so far, so close. So, all right. He'll before the gnome is like, we will be back. We have a lot to deal with. We will find a way to fix this.
That is to the other deep names.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Luck.
Yeah, he looks at the totally not serial killer. Yeah.
All right. Well, as you make your way to the Tarim Enclave, I'll double check that. We will put a pin in things for today. Apologies, overrunning slightly, guys. We had to find a convenient place to sort of stop there. So, all that remains to be said is,
Technically, it's a short session.
Yeah, technically, because we did a lot of shopping.
Thank you guys for being. Thank you guys also for hanging out with us. Chat, as always, it's greatly appreciated. Please do like, share, subscribe to the Latitudes, and feel free to leave a comment below. We do read every one. We'll not be back on Sunday because so the next game will be Tuesday for some more Phandelver and Below shenanigans. Till then, please do take it easy, and as always, it's easy.